Alright everybody, so Newman here with 910. I'm here to introduce the Wildcat Mark III, or just the Mark III Plenum. This is your standard 2.5 inch plenum, but now it's adapted to work on the MK3 Wildcat. As you can see here, here's the Mark II. You can see the difference there in this is actually a regulator spacer. Some of the models of the rifles already come with like the little silver disc. Looks like this. This is basically replacing that because, let me set this down. The Wildcat Mark III, this is the tube end for it. This is all one solid piece here. So with that being the case, this has to be built into the plenum to install, because like here's the Mark II plenum. There's not going to be any reg spacers, so your regulator's not going to sit correctly. And then if you go to thread this on, it stops. It's right there. It can't go any farther because of that spacer that's in there now. It wasn't built for it. It wasn't built to go inside. So now you've got the MK3 plenum, and as you can see here, it's been bored out on the inside to fit this, and then it has that attachment right there back to the top. So as you can see here, I'm gonna thread it all together, nice and tight. All good. And then thread that. So the cool thing about this plenum is that it's actually made out of 7075 T6 aluminum, whereas before it was made out of 6061. The Mark II is 6061 T6, whereas this is 7075 T6. So it's a stronger alloy of aluminum. It's actually considered one of the strongest alloys. So with that, I've actually had it pressure tested professionally up to 350 bar, and had no stretching, no variation, no swelling, anything like that. It was absolutely perfect, completely passed the test. So that shows you, I mean, you're not supposed to take a Wildcat over 230, the tube part, and you're really only going to be taking the regulator to 170. So this can handle double what the regulator can. Safely, without any change or anything. So there you go. That shows you right there it's a safe product, and you don't have to worry about it. That's always one of my concerns, is safety. That's always one of my top concerns. So I just wanted to definitely make sure to mention that. The only thing that turned out a little bit wonky with this is the color is not quite the same. You see it shines a little bit different. That's because it is a different metal, so the anodize looks different when applied. And then also it's a 1/4 of a millimeter thinner than the regular air tube. So like then even the other plenum, I mean, it's hard to even, that little tiny gap right there is the only difference. And I mean, that's, you can't see it. You can't see when you've got it apart. So with that, that shows you right there that yeah, this is the product that you're going to get, and it's going to definitely work out for you. And it's so that you can add the 2.5 plenum to a Wildcat Mark III, but also it can go on any rifle that uses a regulator spacer. Any of the air tubes that need this regulator spacer, you can just take this out and add in this plenum. And it's going to add the regulator spacer for you. It's the same exact size. And then you'll also be able to get plenum space. And a little bit of bonus to that is obviously it's got a little bit more bored out now because of that, and the internals there. So it's got a little bit more bored out. So I mean, I'm guessing it's only going to be 1 or 2 more cc. But it's more plenum. So hey, everyone likes more plenum. So now we're going to jump over we're going to jump over to unpackaging it, and we're going to see how it looks like when it comes to you. Alright, so here we go. This is how I'm going to be shipping it out. You've got the plenum, you've got your 2 O-rings, and it says right there FX Plenum Mark III. Now this is not made by FX, it's just for your FX. It's for, it could be used in all FX 34mm tubes as long as the regulator needs a regulator spacer. The only tubes that can take it are the ones that need this. That's most Wildcats, or I'm pretty sure, yeah, all the Wildcats have this. I think the Streamline had this. And I can't think of any other tube guns that used a inner tube regulator with a spacer, but definitely the Wildcats and the Streamline for sure. And definitely the Mark III. This is the only plenum that will fit on the Mark III Wildcat, the Wildcat Mark III. It's the only one. So here we go. I've got a nice bubble wrap and sealed shut. So get your plenum out. I'm not going to unwrap the plenum because I want to be able to obviously send this out properly. But comes out, looks like that. Set that to the side. Then you've got your O-rings here. So what these are is 23 by 2.5. Again, that's 23 millimeters by 2.5 millimeter. O-rings. The black one is a Buna 70, so B-U-N-A 70. And then the reddish, brownish color one is a Viton, which is a fluoroelastocarbon O-ring. It's one of the best O-rings you can have. That's kind of like your last resort, though. It seals just fine with the standard one, which is the same one that the FX Plenum and the FX Air Tube, the FX regulators, they all use this size. The 23 by 2.5 NBR or BUNA 70 O-ring. So this is your the main one that you're going to install, and then this is your backup right here. So we're gonna go ahead and get it out and install it. So here you go, you've got your O-ring groove right there. You're just gonna put it on. Oh. And there you go, it's gonna roll right into place. And there you go. Got a nice sealing surface there, you can feel it very well. And yeah, so, and the same thing, this will already have the O-ring from your previous air tube, so whenever that goes in, that'll go in just fine. And it's not gonna thread into anything else here. I can actually go grab a different MK3 Plenum. So here's this one, and here I'll show you how it threads well. And there you go. So you can put two together if you want to. I mean, is it necessary? I don't think so. I think that's going to be a little bit much for any gun, but it's possible. You can do it. So it's a nice snug. You can feel the seal. And there you go. That's what you're going to get. Is this O-ring, that O-ring, together in your bubble wrap and your plenum. Alright, I hope everyone is excited for this. I'm going to be getting them out immediately. And yeah, that's scratching from a test one. This is a dummy. You're not going to get something that has this, don't worry. So yeah, it's going to look nice and new just like this. That nice shiny inside. Yeah, so be on the lookout for these. These are on the website. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments or shoot me an email. Thank you very much, and yeah, if you like this video, subscribe it or go buy the product. Either one, it's like here for you. Thank you.